Yo, welcome back to the TheSYNPod, man. Episode 6.
We right here in front of Barney's and Nobley, nigga.
Every day.
And I have a very special guest sitting to the right of me, right? This is the brains behind the operation. The lady that birthed me from the womb. Birthed me from the womb into the world, man. As the Migos say, Mama! I got Mama Love in the building, man. I told y'all I was gonna get her on the pod. So I got her on the pod for episode 6, man. We getting into it today. We're gonna break it down. Just unrelated. So the first little topic, you ain't really gotta say nothing. But y'all know I start off doing like a little sports rundown. And basically the sports rundown, all I have for this week, because the Steelers ain't really made no more new trades. It wasn't really a busy week in the NFL as far as trades. Then I don't really know too much about basketball, as I told y'all, but this is my dog. He's going to be very annoying. I don't know how we're going to be able to get this episode off. But
he just want to piece in on it.
Stephen A. Smith, he said he would have slapped LeBron James if LeBron would have put hands on him or something like that. And then he proceeded to say LeBron James would have beat his ass.
It's weird.
What sense does that make, bro? Stephen A. Smith. Did y'all see the video of Stephen A. Smith doing that sparring, his little boxing? What makes you think you would even have a chance against LeBron? LeBron would have did suicides up the court with him. Move, John, please, for the love of God.
Come on down.
LeBron would have did suicides with that man. It wouldn't have even been like I don't know what possessed Stephen A. to say that. And then he went on that podcast with all black on like he was a mob boss. Then he was just talking about he's still gonna be covering LeBron after he retired. So who really gonna win? Bro, Stephen A., you're not nobody, gang. Like, you're a sports reporter. And when you played at Winston-Salem State University, I don't even think you played there. But when you did play, you averaged 2 points, I think. What are we talking about, bro? Like, you can't – I don't understand why you always trying to come for LeBron and say little slight jabs at LeBron.
Just quit talking to people.
Exactly. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much it for the sports rundown. Now we about to get into the content with Mom. So I got a question for you, Ma.
I have an answer.
What was the? Please, you know my podcast ghetto. You ain't gotta act like that. What was the first thing you thought when I told you I was starting a podcast?
First of all, if your podcast ghetto, that's great. Kudos to you. That don't mean I got to be ghetto. So don't be telling me how to respond.
Right, my fault.
I think it's a great idea. You know, you younger kids have a lot to say. Sometimes we don't always want to listen. So this is a good way for you to get it out. It's healthy. It's like therapy for you, I'm sure.
Right, so you've been on board with this the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. Look. Thumbs up.
Heard it here first.
Thumbs up, guys.
And she was the first person. Well, I really started this whole thing on the impulse. Like, I talked to her one day before, and we was going to get Chinese food, I think. Or we had just left from getting Chinese food. Then the next day, I did that first episode outside. So,
wait, outside, cold, with the furniture we moved from right here on the sofa.
Yeah.
On the corner.
Yeah.
I looked outside and I said, "What the hell?
Yeah.
This kid weird." But hey, that's how he expresses himself.
Now, Ma, I'm getting straight into it. You and Dad, I got whooped a lot as a child. I don't think I was necessarily bad. Like, I think I would say like a class clown almost. Not even that. But they would whoop me like I was a gangster in like a rising gangster.
You was a baby Chucky.
No, I wasn't. I was not that bad.
Chase, you were bad as hell.
Okay. But let me tell you about this story I'm getting into. One of the devious things y'all ever did to me was also one of my greatest birthday gifts ever. I don't even know if you remember this. My fat head. You remember how y'all told me y'all got that for me? Y'all, I'm outside playing, right? And as I said before in previous episodes, when they would whoop me in like middle school and stuff, and I used to get in trouble in middle school, sometimes it would be in the middle of while I'm playing, and my dad, he'd be getting off from work, and he'd know like I'd be up the block playing basketball, and he'd come up the block, up the little cul-de-sac, and he'd be like, meet me at home. So most of the time when dad said meet me at home, I was in trouble. It was my birthday, and this day, my pops really dragged the game. So I'm outside playing hooping. You know, I ain't thinking nothing of it. It's my birthday. I didn't get in trouble in school. Actually, I was being bad that day, but the teacher, I don't think she decided to call my mom. It was my birthday game. I was acting a fool. But I don't think the teacher called my mom or dad. So I'm up the block playing basketball with my homies. Here come Pops. Just got off work. He pull up. He basically like, come home. I'm finna whoop your ass. I'm like, huh? I didn't even do nothing. Now, so I'm walking home, bro, and like as a kid, you know, you just start imagining the whooping.
You probably
Like you before you get whooped. I was the kid before I got whooped. I would cry. Some people wouldn't cry till after they got whooped. No, I'm crying before and after, because it's like, why are you doing this to me? So, and then it's my birthday, gang. My dad just told me come home, and I was outside playing with my friends. I walk in the door. My dad like meet me upstairs. You feel me? He doing the whole 1-2, taking his belt off. I start walking upstairs, and I opened the door, and it was my birthday gift, y'all. What kind of parents would do that to their child? What kind of parents would put their kids through that kind of trauma, bro?
It wasn't trauma.
That was trauma.
No,
Y'all
it was a
tricked me.
joyful moment.
No, y'all tricked me. It wasn't. I mean, it was joyful, but the way y'all did it was so foul. Think about that. Y'all bribed me into thinking I was about to get spanked.
I mean, you pretty much had it coming every day, so it didn't matter either way.
She bribed me thinking I was gonna. They bribed me thinking like they both went along with it. I think mom even made up a fake story about how she got a call or something.
I tell you what, this is what you should be thanking God for. We didn't have your grandpa over there with us, acting like it was you was gonna get ass whooping. Because then you would have been real nervous.
Yeah. And then I told y'all they'd give you chain whoopings too. We'll get into that a little later in the story. But this ended up being like, I still had this to this day. It's still hanging up in my room. Like my fat head is one of my favorite all time birthday gifts.
It's missing an arm, piece of the head.
Like it don't even stick to the wall no more. I had it so long. It don't stick to the wall no more. I gotta put tacks in it so it stick. I've been doing it like the last 3 places. But I don't know why you would do that. That always bothered me. Like
it did. I'm sorry.
Not necessarily bothered me, but it was just like,
you just felt like it wasn't fair treatment.
It's not even that. Like that's some Joker Saw behavior.
Okay, but you listen.
That's something the Joker would do to his kid.
But it was the best of the best, you know. I think you handled.
She don't even have no y'all here. Like she don't even have no real reasoning or no rhyme or reason behind it. It's just, that was just the way we wanted to do it, so we did it like that, and it turned out great.
You gave us enough hell. We wanted to terrorize you for just one good day. That was a good day to terrorize you. So we did what we had to do.
That's not like on my birthday though.
We apologize.
Thank you.
How old were you? You remember?
I don't remember.
I think that was was that your 13th? No. Because on that,
I was still in Little
I think it was 9 because you was 8.
9 or 10.
You was 9. It was 9 years old. Yeah.
But I wanted a fat head so bad because fat heads had just came. I don't know if fat head been out, but my teammate, my favorite one of my still my favorite quarterback to this day, my boy Josh. He had one of himself at his house. Or it might have not even been at his. He just had a fat head at his house. And then I know you could get like the cardboard cutouts. And then at this time I had just started getting on the internet and stuff. And I seen on a fat head website that like you could get your own picture. So as soon as I figured that out, I practically begged them for it, and they got it for me. So,
but the dopest part of it is at the bottom where your feet are, because you was moving in action on your fat head. The grass.
Yeah.
You could see the grass like.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's still one of my favorite that is my favorite birthday gift.
Clap it up for that.
And how much y'all pay for that? Like $50?
No.
It couldn't have been more than 50
for
that sticker.
It was 100. 100 and something.
For that still to be the best gift ever, like that's how you know I was an easy kid.
Yeah, you were a very sweet child.
Allegedly, and she just said I was baby Chucky.
Well, so you were Chucky, but when it comes to like gifts and getting things, you were always a grateful kid. Like if I say, Jace, yo, we ain't got enough money to buy you X, Y, and Z, you be like, oh, it's okay, mom. Maybe next time. And you be alright with it. So you was the best about that, but not your little raggedy ass brother.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
So, ma, as a child, we have, or a child growing up in today's society, we have many different troubles that we have to face, and I want to hear about your growing up. Like, what was it? How would you describe your growing up? What was it like growing up with grandpa, grandma, like being in Detroit for a little minute? How was that? And then moving to Charlotte. Like, just give me the rundown of growing up.
So, you know what I do remember up north, I loved uh everything about it. Our entire family was there. I'm talking about grandma, granddad, aunts, uncles on both sides of the family. So we was always locked in on a Saturday night. Um, my parents would gather us and put us back then. It was big old vans. They called them carrot. John, are you serious? They called them caravans or eco style vans. So we would be in the van and going over to one of our aunts and uncles' house up north. We always had basements.
Mm-hmm.
Jason's experienced the basement fun. So it was either we was downstairs in the basement, our parents was over here playing pool. My parents didn't get fucked up, but my aunt and uncles them they would go ham. They would go ham on the scene. So we were always around family. There was never a dull moment. It was always family around. I had an aunt I love. Well, not had. I have an aunt. My aunt got still close to her. She's 82. She was my favorite aunt. She would get us twisted. So Jace, I don't know if he ever told y'all, but I'm a PK. My dad's a preacher. My mom's a preacher wife. My mom's an ordained
And
minister.
what they say about preachers' children is, I can attest to this from even accounts of hearing her brother speak or even other people. She not giving y'all the real. I really want her to get into why she beat that girl up and put her head in the toilet. That's what I want her to get to for real. But I guess we'll get there. But everything they say about the preacher's kid is true. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyhow, my aunt, man, on every occasion we would get together, she used to love to tell my mom and I'm like, yeah, y'all preachers and y'all think y'all kids good, but your kids over here drunk. She would give us like vodka shots every hour. Every hour she'll call us and be like, take this shot. And we would take it because we wanted to see what liquor was like. So we would drink it. My parents didn't drink, but all my family drank. So we was on the regular, always trying to drink. We had the best family reunions in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Um, yeah, so it was always me and my brothers. I'm the only girl. I got three brothers, but we would ride it out. Anything they do, they go play kickball in the field. I'm coming to play kickball in the field. If they go outside to crank up the car, I'm coming to crank up the car. Whatever my brothers did, I always did. But we always stayed locked in. Um, and yeah, as I got to be older, we moved to North Carolina in 1985. I never forget that. The first year we moved here. No,
Y'all was here when Hugo happened, right?
yeah. I remember Hurricane Hugo coming and we was like, yo, this for the birds. Like we used to snow. We ain't used to no hurricane. But my daddy was like he had the neighborhood on lock. This dude was the only dude in the neighborhood with chainsaws. Only dude in the neighborhood. My daddy, every house we ever owned, always had a what, Jace?
A fireplace,
A wood
wood stove.
wood stove.
Yeah.
Not just a fireplace, a wood stove in the middle of the house. So when Hugo came through, all the power was out. We ain't had no power for weeks. Everybody would come to our house bringing pots and like, can we put on y'all wood stove? My dad had the block on
And
lock.
fun fact about this wood stove, y'all. Like the wood, my grandparents' house has always been infamous for being the closest thing to hell. Like y'all, you will walk in there. I promise you. like it got to the point like going to my grandparents' house. It was hard to enjoy it. Like I probably like
Damn,
I'm not
for real?
lying. I'm not lying.
Oh my God.
It got to the point it was hard to
It
enjoy
was
it.
the best thing for me.
Like during the winter though, it was like the coziest spot ever. You will fall asleep just coming to visit. But the thing about it is my
They ran
grandpa,
it 24/7.
they would run it until it was 80
Like right
every
now.
day. Yeah, they would still have to like it's 60 outside
Yeah.
now. It's between 60, 70s. So like pretty much fall, spring, winter is on. The only time that thing coming off is in the summer, and then he can't wait to crack it back up.
Can't wait.
So
But yeah, so when we moved here, it was life changing for us because up north, you know, it was hard. It was hard on my parents to make sure, you know, we were taken care of. Work. My dad worked for GM, so he had the opportunity to transfer with his job. So we moved to North Carolina. Been here ever since. Fun fact, Jason going over fun facts about his childhood. Every year in Pontiac, Michigan, we would travel all the way from Pontiac all the way to Myrtle Beach every single summer of our lives. And still to this day, we still love to travel to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
We hadn't been in a while, but that's our favorite beach in the whole wide world. And that's how it came about because my dad always put us in the car and we would take a hike to Myrtle Beach for the summer vacation. And it was the best thing ever. So when he had the opportunity to relocate, it was either between Texas and North Carolina. And I think he picked North Carolina because it was close to the beach. We beach people. We want to go to the beach. So it's a family tradition. We still do that. But as I became a teen, I got a little rowdy. My parents threatened to put me in boarding school. I would tap out at night and go out the window and go party with my friends, skip school a lot, smoke weed a lot.
wow.
I would fight. My mom would pick me up from school and she'd say she could see, you know, she'd be driving to pick me up. And she could see like people gathering. And she would think in her head, like, Lord, hope this ain't Tanya up here fighting again. She'd get closer. She said she'd see a girl with no shirt on. So when I used to fight people, I take my shirt off because you ain't gonna hold on to me while you fight me. So I used to take my shirt off so I could fight you and be clean. Now if I get capped, get beat up, that's what it is. But that's just what I did. And but thank God I got older and went to school, flunked out of school. My dad made me come home, went to school here and paid for it myself because, you know, my parents be like, you ain't gonna be flunking on my finances and bring your ass home and you pay for it. So that's what happened. And I got my stuff together. So did I answer your question?
Yeah, I just asked you about growing up, Mom.
Yeah.
So you answered everything I needed you to answer.
I ran through that
I had
thing.
a question that I wanted to ask you, but I forgot to ask you. I forgot what I was gonna ask you. That's what I was gonna ask you. So like us growing up, we had social media the whole time, or phones the whole time. Like I can't past elementary school, or I don't know if I had a phone in elementary school. Probably like fifth grade, probably. Nah, I don't think I had a phone fifth grade. But long story short, from sixth grade up,
Yeah.
we had phones and everything. And that's how we communicated, or that's how we communicate with each other outside of school. So, how was that like? What's the biggest difference that you can see from your naked eye, or just a simple, quick view of the difference between like the social media generation and
there
how
wasn't no
y'all grew
social
up?
media for us.
I know that's
Our
what I'm
social
saying.
media was like for real. Uh After school, yo, you gonna be over at the courtyard, yo, I'm gonna be over there. What time y'all getting there? Blah blah blah. It was word of mouth for us. It wasn't no calling you on the phone. It wasn't no hit me up on on the text. It wasn't none of that. We just straight word of mouth. Tell you where we meeting at. This what it was. Then by the time I got probably let me think. I want to say high school, senior year, we got beepers. So I was telling Jason the other day about my beeper. I had two beepers. I had one for the plug, one for the load. Yeah. Now, before I had two beepers. One was neon green, the other one was black. And pretty much.
First of all, beepers are the stupid. Like they should have just went straight to phones, or like they really could have just skipped beepers. Because from my understanding, a beeper is just like somebody will call you from their house phone, and you'll be like, "Oh, they calling me,"
I gotta
but you
call them
can't
back.
answer it.
No, but I have to call them back. So here's the thing though. This was a plug right here. So if say for instance like your homeboy beep you, You automatically knew his number, but what if he was in another spot? So on the message in the beeper, he could say, "Not at home, call me at this number." So we would dial him at that number. He'd be like, "Yo, we over at such house, we at the party. Y'all need to come through here." So we would run on over there, that to where they was. So a beeper was a way to kind of like tell you what the next move was gonna be for real. Drug dealers started out now.
Yeah, I know.
I ain't never done no illegal activity. Never in my life.
She just told y'all she smoked marijuana.
No, I'm saying like sold nothing.
Oh, okay.
Like that. But what I'm saying is, like drug dealers, they were the one that kind of start. Well, first of all, doctors started beepers. It was for a real reason. It was called a HIC system. They used it to page doctors to let them know an emergency was happening. Mm-hmm. But then the drug dealers got word of them like, yo, we can communicate that way. But then everybody else started using it. But we would put messages in there. So like when you text you horny, you do the little eggplant and the peach. My bad, I wasn't supposed to go there.
I don't care, go ahead. Oh, I'm listening.
This nigga looks scared. But then on the beeper, we would put, like 69, and it could be like a whole bunch of
XO, so you would send that to your little whatever.
When you ready to get hit up. Okay. Yeah, then you get an address where you gonna be.
That's kind of fire. So you could text on the beeper?
Yeah, you can put in all kind of stuff from the telephone, but you had to use the telephone key. See, that's the thing. That y'all don't know how to use the old school telephone because the telephone got numbers and letters. Mm-hmm. That's how we would do it on the telephone with numbers and letters. Mm-hmm. So anyway, long story short, that's pretty much what social media was for us. And then I would have to say it would have been like maybe your local newspaper. We would find out stuff from newspaper. I mean, you would think I'm ancient, but I ain't. But that's just pretty much what our social media was for real.
Yeah, man. I know for me and my brother in particular, I say really most of our family. We got some good parents and uncles and aunties in our family. So like even with the social media age, me and my brother was outside. Like me and my brother was outside. Like we was making bow and arrows out of bamboo.
Yeah, we didn't play that. We want you to get outside. And we would lock the door. You can come back.
Yeah, and even when I got in middle school, like I had a phone all the time. I was still outside. Like during the Vine era, we was still outside. I had a homeboy named Tyler that stayed next to us. I go to Tyler's house from the time I got back from school, even with my phone in my pocket. 9 o'clock. And we would hoop every day till 9 o'clock. And I'd come back in and I like hop on Snapchat for a little bit and then I'd play my game. Like it was like social media ain't really become a factor for me until like high school for real.
But do you remember MySpace?
I was too young for MySpace.
Oh, were you? Okay.
I think that's like Malik in the era.
Okay.
But yeah, we was like me and my brother. We was forced to go outside, and I appreciate that because it's some people like really addicted, or in our generation that's really addicted to their phone. Literally, like it's pretty bad. But
I think I'm addicted as an adult.
Yeah, like it came back on the older generation and got them hooked.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I really appreciated that. And then the other thing I meant to say was, isn't it funny how like the whole other side, not the other side, but from your generation up, so you, Uncle Larry and them, how y'all all like northern people and just y'all got northern swag to y'all, and then y'all kids like me, DJ, just the whole
Southern.
family. We all
straight
Southern country accents.
Country Bama, Southern rascals.
I don't think you could pay us to go, me and my cousin, I don't think you could pay any of us to go live up north.
Nah, I mean, it ain't a good place no more either. I think we got a good life here, but they would run y'all off with the way y'all talk, especially Lele. They'll run Lele off.
They wouldn't be able to understand Lele, to be honest.
I mean, when I talk to them on the phone, because they're all my cousins and everybody's still up north, when I say pocketbook, they roll laughing. When I say cud, they laugh. When I say, well, I don't never say soda, I still say pop. But if I were to say soda, they would be laughing at me. But yeah, they think we some country bumpkins.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Now I'm gonna redraw your memory a little more. You was talking about how grandma would pull up and she'll see a person with their shirt off and be like, "Oh Lord, it's time fighting, y'all. Here we go." Y'all, we had a little league game one time. I might have got hurt this game.
Yeah, grandma.
No, just about you. Oh. We was playing, I forgot the name of the team, but I can remember the colors of the team we was playing. They had black and blue. I'm on the field playing. It's towards the end of the game. And I think they made like an announcement that they was gonna lock the gates.
Oh wow, don't tell that story. No,
I ain't really get so. I'm gonna let you tell the story from your
I
perspective.
honestly don't remember because I snapped so hard.
But y'all, like, first of all, my mom. If I go to the NFL, I'm pretty sure if my mom sat in the nosebleeds, I would still be able to hear her voice out of 10,000, 100,000 people in the stadium. Like my mom, every game she has the loudest voice. She's literally trying to have like, and then in high school it got to the point I started ignoring her
me
because
but that was the wrong thing to do.
She will try to have full on conversations with you while you sit
What's
down.
What's wrong with you?
Literally,
James!
So I come to the sideline. If I look a little tired, I'm lipping her a little bit.
Did you get drunk last night?
She will literally yell from the stands and try to have a conversation with you. Like, what's wrong with you, Jace? So it got to the point in high school, I just turn around real quick just to acknowledge her and let her know I seen her and turn right back around just so she could possibly be quiet. So like this particular game, they said something about locking the gates. I don't know why they was locking the gates. We was whooping.
You don't tell nobody you finna lock some gates at a voluntary game.
I don't know what happened, but all I remember is, and then my dad is a real mellow guy. My dad he barely talks.
Until he not.
He's a recluse guy.
Until he not.
He don't mess with nobody, he'll smile, that's it. Like my dad, he ain't gonna really talk. Y'all, why the two people that looked like they was going batshit crazy, it looked like my dad was leading the charge. But this one right here, all I hear is her yelling. I'm like, we need to get this game over ASAP. It sound like I think they actually stopped the game because of how bad a fool my parents acted about them locking the gate. So what happened with that situation? Why was they even locking the gate? Like,
I want to say somebody snuck in the game. Some parents snuck. No, that was a rivalry game. That was some kind of rivalry game.
Yeah, we was beating them.
But the parents started talking trash. One of the coach came after one of our coaches. I think that's what happened. Like he started going off on one of our coaches, Coach Fonzo. And Coach Fonzo was like, he wasn't having it. I think the coach was trying to eject Coach Fonzo. We were like going back and forth with them. But then one of the parents said something stupid about, wait till we get outside the gates. So the man up in the booth heard him because it was far up where we were sitting. Mm-hmm. And he was like, ain't nobody leaving. We're going to have to lock the gates. So then the ref was like getting worried about all this little what's going on. And I think they had decided that the best thing to do, the safe way to move us out after the game was over because it was so much, like lock the gates. And I was like, you're not finna lock no gates for no grown ass people to be walking out of with their kids. I'm not finna do that. And you're not finna dismiss us like we're in elementary school. So as I'm talking, another parent started talking to me, telling me to shut something up. So my husband was like, who you talking? So then it became a whole like back and forth situation. But it was just ridiculous. Like, why would you try to think you could lock some grown people with children into a gate and let them out one? No, that's not what's going to happen. We're going to leave here. They're going to take this L, and we're going to get in our cars, and we're going to go home. And man, that's what it was.
Growing up playing football, man, I had a lot of fun. It's been so many instances where I'm just on the field, and I hear her yelling and my dad.
But why are you trying to make me out to be like I'm such an angry girl?
Yeah, nah, you can tell from this podcast you're not an angry person. I just think you know how I am. I think you're just short-tempered and you don't play with people.
I mean, I give grace now because back then I was.
We're gonna talk about that later, but go ahead.
Yeah, when you're younger, I think you just fly off the handle. But that game was that was a lot that day. Like you can't tell nobody you finna lock them out of somewhere.
C-Mac, they got into it with that was still with the Vols. They got into it with the people in Atlanta. We really ain't get into it with them. It's just they mud stumped us. And then the thing was like, this one I knew Georgia football was different. We went down there. We had pretty much not even white. We was pretty much the underdog that year, but we went undefeated. And there was this team called the Valentine Gators that was just like the back-to-back champs every year. They head coach of the age group we was playing. He was like he ran the whole entire league. So obviously he got the best players every year. Blah 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 blah. We ended up beating them in the championship. So we on the highest of highs. Like we thinking we finna go to Georgia, run the table. Like we had a nice, like my boy Josh, he was the nicest little quarterback I seen in Little League. He could throw the ball, run the ball. He was the only quarterback I knew could actually throw the ball in Little League. So we go to Georgia, man. We literally the whole way down there, we talking about how we finna win the championship down here too.
We going to the ship.
Yeah, we going to the ship. Like we had a whole saying, bro. When we get down there, the parents told our parents basically like all the tourist attractions, and they was like, "Yeah, that's what y'all need to go do tomorrow because y'all ain't gonna be playing tomorrow." We like, what? We went out there and it was 60-0 before halftime.
Yeah.
And we got mercy ruled. I can't, I can't, I can't count how many players got hurt just in the first half.
Yeah.
One of my teammates, Reg, I think they damn near broke Reggie's leg or something. Like,
Whoa, but do you remember one of the mamas telling us after like they hit Reggie the first time, like the first little snap, the ball is in motion, somebody get hurt. One of the parents look over and she's like, you know what we was doing today while y'all was traveling here?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, our kids was pulling horses. Like they were what she said did she say they was pulling
Yeah,
horses?
she said they was pulling something with horses. They
Yeah,
was doing something with
they
horses.
was doing some exercise with horses where they have to use their strength. She was like, yeah, that's what they were doing. Well, y'all was traveling here. But y'all should go there and see that aquarium because it's nice and Georgia. Because tomorrow y'all not going to be here. What?
And they did not lie. Like I said, we got mud holes thumped into our behinds, and we went back to Charlotte very sad.
Yeah, it was
But
pitiful.
C-Mac was probably the funnest time. That's when I first started playing football. It was overly ghetto.
Lots of fights.
I don't even know if it's Little League organizations anymore.
No, they done. C-Mac been done.
Not C-Mac, but I'm saying just in general. The only one I know of is the team that the Mallard Creek Mustangs have.
I think it still leaves.
Which is PAL or something like that.
Yeah. PYAL.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's past my bedtime. Just gotta hurry up.
Oh no, we still got a couple more topics to go. Where we at? We had 32 minutes. That's good too. No. All this going in there. We good. We good. Huh? You can go check the oven.
Oh, okay. I'm still on?
Yeah, you can talk at the same time while you checking the oven.
Okay.
Now, for this. Oh, I almost skipped. How do you feel about this generation? It's a lot going on right now. It seems like almost as if we're regressing. Like all the work y'all seen y'all grandparents do to fight for the rights of black people. It seems like it seems like we could possibly be going backwards. They trying to remove stuff. They damn near trying to bring segregation back. Yeah. So how you feel about this generation and like not necessarily watching it dwindle or per se? Do you think it'll be able to? Do you think it's just a 4-year thing? I should say until we get somebody else, or do you think this is just planned?
No, I believe that. So above anything, I believe the word of God, and the Bible clearly speaks that every generation will get weaker. So I think that's what is happening. I do believe after, let's see, Mike was born 1997. After that, I think each year got it for me. It's declining. Now granted, like Jay said, I think it's what you put into your children, what you juice them up with. I think I got a good two, but I get worried sometimes about both of them. Naturally, as a parent does, but when it comes to work ethics, when it comes to career focus, when it comes to being expressive as an adult and being able to use your words and just try not to use excuses to why you just can't be a normal adult. That seems to be the norm, and that's a problem for me. Jason knows that I'm very career focused. I try to tell my children, you're gonna go to work on time, you're gonna make sure you look decent, you're gonna go to church, these things are important. You have morals, you have goals. We're gonna set those every year. Jason knows as the years coming, you're gonna reflect on what happened the past year and, and set you some goals for the next year.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't talking about no resolutions, but make you some goals. Like get it in your head of what you need to work on to move forward in life.
Yeah,
And I just
realistic
think
goals.
that parents, people have gotten away from it. Now here's the catch too that I think because of us parents, younger parents now, we want to party more than our kids want to party. That's a problem. So therefore, it leaves grandma and grandpa to take care of you. Well, grandma and grandpa tired, so they don't really care. So they're gonna let you go out in the street and do what you want, and then you get wild and have these little wild little ways. So that's what happened. So a lot of our children now are being left to grandparents who tired. They didn't raise their kids. They ain't got time, so they just let them loose. And I remember being in school and I said cuss words, but if an adult was around, I wasn't about to say no cuss word in front of an adult. But now you go to Jake's football games, the kids will be talking to us like we were one, like if we were one of them or they were grown. They be like, man, you see that MF and run? Oh shit, he fired, he about effed up, he about F. Just one cuss word after another,
Now
and
to
I'm
speak on
thinking,
that, I'm sorry, mom,
where's
not
the
to cut you off.
filters?
Like growing up, like my parents, they let me say like, look, not nothing crazy. I ain't about to walk
We
around the
gave a
house
cuss
saying the
pass.
F word, none of that. Like, but granted, my parent might let me see damn S word, stuff like that. But just me in general, bro, when I'm in public and I see another, especially black people, I can't necessarily say the same about the other race. But if I see like another older black person that look like they could be my parent, bro, it makes me uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
to be cussing in front of them. Like even when I'm with my friends, they'll tell y'all like I'm the most uncomfortable person when it comes to that. Like I don't like I'm not
As
trying
you
to go
should
nowhere
be.
and act a monkey. So I don't I see what you're saying on that. I don't be understanding that.
Yeah. So I just feel like the Bible is fulfilling itself, and just saying by each generation it's getting weaker. And I think it's just the signs of time. However, we do need to get a good grip back on our children, our homes, schools. And
Church.
unfortunately, the next 4 years is going to be pure hell because when you got a loose cannon, the head of the United States, then what you think everybody else gonna eventually fall in order doing, being a
Mm-hmm.
loose cannon as well. So, um, I don't know. I just pray it can get better eventually, but I don't know if it is something that can be turned around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. To piggyback off of that, like she said, it's just like I said, it's certain situations where I don't even feel comfortable acting a monkey or acting a fool in certain buildings because you'll never know who's sitting behind you. This might be somebody
Mhm.
mama, this might be
Mhm.
somebody grandma. So
Mhm.
it's like, you know, and then it's a generational gap for sure between like understanding what's really going on and stuff like that. I think sometimes we don't necessarily care, but it's getting to the point where we need to pay more attention and need to care because it's damn near to the point they literally trying to bring back segregation.
They are.
And I ain't gonna that ain't nothing to talk about on here, but
And
it
that could be bad,
yeah,
real bad.
that could be bad.
Yeah.
But I don't think we going for that neither. So
But here's what I do think too. You say you don't want to go there, but I'm just saying this little nugget. If they do that, it's a different generation from when they did have it, like when that
hmm
was, in full effect. So I think the effect of it now would be totally different. It can go far left real quick, and it won't be good for nobody.
yeah.
So that's the scary part, because now we got more guns, we got more weapons, we got people. We got woke folk, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and people not going for that, like I just said. So
Yeah,
that could turn
turn
to a
bad.
civil war,
Yeah,
basically.
pretty
Um,
much.
now that's it came back to me. I seen this statistic when Grandma came over yesterday, and we was both surprised by it. Speaking about how you were saying like you feel like the younger generation maybe lost or something like that, where it's just the younger people in general. Here in Charlotte alone, violent crime is down, but the people committing the violent crimes are mostly are
Older
pretty
people.
no pretty much all between 18 and 25,
Mm,
and they mostly are repeat offenders. So that just goes. And then the lady was on the TV. She was talking about how these aunties, uncles, whoever around these kids, like what's really going on in the communities because
yeah.
the same kids coming back in there between 18 and 25
And repeating this.
and repeating it.
Yeah.
So
Something. It's a disconnect.
yeah, and I think some of the parents are.
It's the parents. It's who you got in the house to hold you down and tell you about yourself. And people just aren't invested in like giving you advice anymore. Because here's the other thing, y'all, these younger children, I won't say y'all, younger children will pop off like it ain't nothing. So at this point, we scared. Like I'm scared. Like I remember being in the public and you see a kid walk off from their mama, it was easy for us to say, hey baby, don't do that, go over there with your mama. But you do that now, the mama be like, bitch, don't talk to my kid.
Yep, that too.
So it's like I'm
No
not
community.
I'm not gonna get in your business and get cussed out because I'm trying to help you. It's no more village mentality. It's all, don't worry about my kid, you worry about your own.
And
That's
and not to
bad.
keep flexing about my family and stuff. Like we ain't got no jailbirds or nothing like that. Like some people might have did a stint in jail or something like that, but we ain't got no jailbirds or nothing like that. And that's because, bro, if you mess up, the whole family would get on you about it. Or if they there at the time where you did this, you could possibly get whooped by the entire family.
And
Which
the
I was
whole
talking
line.
about the chain whooping. So it's like, bro, no community. You can't say nothing to nobody kid because you don't know how they gonna respond to
Yeah, it's a village.
Yeah.
And you need that village to help raise your children.
Yeah.
I believe that.
And speaking on chain whooping, I told this story on the podcast before.
I'm gonna exit to the right.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
don't know nothing about that.
I told this story on the podcast. You can still talk too, so you will be able to hear you because I'm asking you a question.
Okay.
I told this story on the podcast before. Do you remember right here at the Sit-Go? Nah. Is it the Sit-Go?
Don't must up your little story.
Yeah, right here at the Sit-Go. I couldn't have been no older.
Oh God, when you locked me out my truck.
Yes, and you and Uncle Derek both beat me.
Kicked your butt.
And I was young.
You weren't no young. You was old enough to know better.
No, I wasn't. It was a genuine mistake, and y'all beat me like a dog.
Here's the thing. It can be a genuine mistake, but when I done told you 3 times, don't come out that car, and you do it anyway, that ain't no mistake. That's doing what the hell you want.
Now, y'all, one thing about Tanya, she might, that's the thing. She'll go back and say, I told you 3-4 times to get this and that. She didn't tell you one time. But I was too young. And then I was a mama's boy. I think I just wanted to go in the store, you feel me, be a mom. And I think I was scared because we was over here on the Ford. So I just walked out the car not knowing, and both of them beat me.
Yeah, you needed that one. Had put me out on the street walking to somebody's house to and then you couldn't just, it started getting to be this crazy world. You couldn't just get a ride with somebody just trusting they're gonna take you where you want to go. Because here I am, a young girl with a young child, and now I got to walk the street at night down Bettisford Road to my brother's house, who lived off of.
We literally stayed we literally stayed basically where all this happened, or this story happened. The gas station is right up the street. Linda Vista right up the street.
Linda Vista, that was it.
So,
but yeah, so you like Jace say, Jace wanted to do what Jace wanted to do. I don't care how you want to put it.
Now
that mug got out the car. This is what he said. He knew they had messed up. He said, "Ma, I like to do it. It's okay." What? I said, "Oh, wait."
See, like, but you still beat me. That just sounds like an innocent kid. Like I didn't know no better.
No, you knew better. For you to say, "Mom, I like to do it. It's okay." Why is it okay, Jace? The keys. What? Ma, them little fat hands. It's okay.
No way, bro. So, what would you say? What made you? What was a situation, or when was the maddest you ever been? Well, yeah, when was the maddest you ever been at me?
'That was pretty recent.
2022.
To be honest, and I think you know what I'm gonna reflect on, but I don't want to talk about it.
That's fine.
But I broke my finger.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
That hurt. That hurt me to my core because I've never seen two people in that manner. But just how you came off was all wrong. You remember?
At the old apartment, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think that was the most upset I've been and disappointed that I've been in you.
that's real.
Yeah.
I was thinking you was gonna say the whole school thing, but I wanted what I
Well,
wanted you
that
to
was
say
about
is
school too, though.
that was a little minute after though.
But it reflected back to that. I think that's what kind of like got the whole ball rolling.
Yeah,
It was during that time.
yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's probably it. I would have to say.
Do you remember when I shot the TV?
Ooh,
Take me through that day.
yeah, that was another one.
Now, bro, it was my brother's fault, and I told them
It
this
was
when it
no,
happened.
you love them.
On
That's the
everything I love, my
accountability
brother.
is everything. Everybody here's a disclaimer. Accountability is everything. Blaming it on other people does not give you a pass, and it does not make the situation better.
Once
Everybody
again,
heard
y'all,
that?
I was young. This was still like before. I knew I shouldn't have shot the TV,
My
but
God.
it was still. I was still a child. Like a child is gonna do child things. I feel like a child, like Ava, she gonna do some stuff that she knows she shouldn't have did, and y'all, you not gonna do nothing. We'll get into that later, but you not gonna do nothing, and Malik gonna have to really whoop her because even though she knew that was wrong, she's still just a child, and she did child things. Now with this particular situation, my brother is like I said about my uncle the last episode. My brother is one of my role models, and I really love that dude. So growing up, my brother could probably get me to do anything. My brother would tell me to jump off a cliff. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a backflip off the cliff, just
Poor
so my
Mike.
brother can think I'm cool.
Poor
You
Mike.
feel me? I was young again, and my
No,
brother,
Jace, that ain't it.
my
Let's
brother, my brother said, "I bet you won't shoot the TV." I said, "Who won't? I'm trying to look like the bad boy. I'm the youngest. This my big brother. You feel me? My big brother, the coolest dude I know
both of
at the
y'all was
time.
retarded for that one.
He told me shoot the TV. So guess what I did? I shot the TV.
Bad
And
move.
I got beat. So now let's hear your side of the story.
The TV had just got set up the night before. They ain't
Oh,
even
for
had it a
real?
full 24 hours. Let's be clear.
I ain't know. I forgot
Yeah,
about
it
that.
wasn't a whole 24 hours.
Oh yeah, I deserve it. Oh
But the thing Jace is failing to tell y'all is months, maybe a year before this happened, he had been practicing targets. So first of all, his daddy is a hunter. So Jace would go up to his grandma's house in Rock Hill and be like, she had a picture that was hung up between the living room, the kitchen, and the sitting room that they had. So this picture was of a deer,
oh yeah, I remember
and
this
Jace had
picture.
a fake. He had a fake bow and arrow. He would go up there with, and he would be shooting it. Just up there shooting that little picture, practice. I practiced it, and his grandma would be in the kitchen, and she couldn't get around good, so she wouldn't turn around and pay attention to what he was always talking about. But he would be in there, telling her, "Grandma, I practiced, I did good." And she'd be like, "Good, baby," but not looking at what he doing. This rascal be up there targeting the deer with his fake bow and arrow, and all the bow and arrows him and his little neighbor friend and built, and took the picture hitting the deer. So he got Malik up there one day when Malik didn't have to go to school. They both at grandma's house, and they both doing it. So I guess when they got home, got their TV, because this is around the same age anyway. Got home, got the TV. It was something on the TV. I think it was like some animals, and that's when Malik said, "I bet you won't shoot that. I bet you won't shoot that." And Jay's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it. You've been doing good up at grandma's house. Let me shoot that too." And shot the damn TV out.
Y'all, and when I say like, I think this was one of the TV you sit on the floor because we
No, it was a flat screen. That was y'all first flat screen. That's why I bought it. Y'all had the regular box TV.
did not. This was the fam. This was our the first house when we stayed in the pink house. This happened in the
No,
pink house. Yes, it did. This happened in
no,
the
this
pink house,
happened.
ma.
No, on Whitehall.
This happened in the pink house, ma.
No,
I promise
at
you
the
it
pink
did.
house it was when the TV fell off the truck, and Grandpa and Dad had to repair that big old one. The floor model, yes,
Okay,
you're
yeah.
right. But the flat screen was at Old Whitehall, up in y'all room up there at the top.
You might be right.
I know I'm right. Because y'all had the old box TV forever, and y'all had been asking for a flat screen. So I bought y'all a flat screen TV. And the next day.
Long story short, like it was as soon as I shot it, it was like done. It
Static.
wasn't. Like I couldn't lie and probably say like I don't know. Like the TV might have came. Like it wasn't nothing. Like it was gone. Like it was no picture. So as soon as I shot it, like me and my brother look at each other like I don't know
And they go
what we
turn it
thought was
off and
gonna
come
happen.
downstairs and say the TV don't work.
So we still tried to lie. And I don't know if my brother ratted on me, but most of the time, now that I think about it, I think Malik was snitching on me. Because
Malik didn't tell on you.
half the time we got in trouble together, I was the only one that'd get a whooping.
That's a lie. Because
No,
that day both of y'all
no,
got it.
no.
That day both
Y'all
of
would
y'all
talk to
got it.
Malik, but I promise y'all, it was like my parents had it out for me or something. I guess they had to really show me, or I guess I was just that bad, as they say.
Poor Jace.
I was just remember as she was talking about my grandma, like my grandma, she didn't watch what I did, so I just remembered the story when I melted them crayons on that heater.
Oh my God, Jace, you
My
did so many things to your grandma.
my grandma would never beat me though. That was my baby. My grandma never beat me. But I'm lying. I'm super lying. She hit me with a switch probably 3-4 times, but it wasn't nothing never really crazy. But I think the whooping that my grandma, the whooping that I really got from her was her making me go pick out the switch. I feel like that's every black child know that's a
Yeah, because you're
devious
gonna cry
habit.
your way through it.
Yeah, and then you can't pick a small one or you can't pick a too big one because then the whooping gonna be worse.
So that right there tells you how you were raised. Because ask a child this day if they know what a switch is. No, they don't know what that is. Now Ava gonna know what a switch is.
No, she not. So
Ava gonna know.
that's our next topic. Growing up, I told y'all I got the belt, the switch, the belt. My dad even hit me in the head with a fork one time. I mean, I got everything you could think of. Now, my niece can almost tell my mom to shut the hell up, and she'll be like, "Oh, Ava, you don't say that," and just leave it at that.
Well, you don't spank her because these parents don't want you to spank their children.
What has been the change from you being this menacing, scary figure when I was a child, and it got to the point in my life I knew, okay, whatever I do, I don't want to play with Tanya or piss Tanya off. I literally feared this woman at a certain point. I still do fear this woman. What changed?
No, I think Ava fears me. It's just different. Like, Ava know when I look at her, she know Mimi about the business. But
no, she don't.
No,
like
Mimi
my
knows
my niece think it's straight playtime all the time with her. Like,
well, we best friends. Ava my best friend. She only 4 but 3. And she about to be 4. She my best friend.
You wanna hear what y'all know what I heard growing up my whole life? I ain't your friend, I'm your mama. Whereas I ain't your friend, I'm your grandma. And
well,
you talk about
I'm still gonna give her good stern discipline, but here's the difference. Your children, your grandchildren is your children. So I get to send Ava home, and I don't need her mad at me while she with me. But she know I mean business because I don't play with Sister Ava. We went to Chuck E. Cheese last time I was there.
mm-hmm.
Before we got out the car, I did the mama thing. I said, okay, Ava, here's what we're not gonna do. 3 things. We're not gonna run without me not being able to see you. We're not going to we're not going to talk back to grandma. And we're definitely not going to be separated at any point while we're in Chuck E. Cheese. Do you understand me?
And what she got in there and did?
She said, yes, Mimi. Yes, Mimi. So as soon as we get in there, we get, tagged up, take our picture, going through. We order pizza. They call out the number for the pizza. Ava say, that's us, Mimi, and gets down and start walking. As soon as she start walking, I said, Ava, first morning, because she got up and just decided she was going to go pick up her little pizza. We get to the counter to get the pizza. I got it in my hand and said, Ava, hold on to my shirt while I'm fixing drinks. Fixing drinks. She didn't got distracted at the kids jumping in the jumping house, so she Mimi, I'm going to play. And she called herself. She said, I'll wait till we done. And that's all I had to do. She know I don't play with her. She might get away with it one time, but that second time, Ava got it on lock. She know Mimi don't play.
But y'all, what I'm saying is, right, it serves, even when she do punish, not even punish, when she do discipline Ava, it might be a one little pop, two little pops on the butt. We got tore up. It's like, it's still no comparison. That's why, what changed?
I had to, I ain't gonna lie, I had to punch. Jason used to get punched. Jason get whoopings. He get punched. Malik to this day tell you I punch and I pinch. I'm a punch and pincher.
Ooh.
I would punch and pinch the
Them
heck out of
church
them.
pinches?
And
Y'all don't know nothing
and
about
that's
that.
all they like. I would get in there, get that skin right at the tip, and I twist it, and I set their butt down with that pinch. That's all I had to do. I ain't really whoop like that. Just make it sound like I beat him. He probably got more beatings from his grandpa.
Nah, when I got older, you was more low, like middle school and stuff. When I was really being bad, you was more so like the talking to, and then dad will whoop you. To be honest.
Yeah, dad always been dropping draws. You finna get a whooping.
Yeah, but at a certain point, when I was younger, you used to tell me up, and you ain't allowed no BS
I'm
at
so
all.
proud of your podcast and the person that you are, and I would hate to like make your character seem like you come from the slums to this whole rising, because that's not it. But Jace, you were a challenge. You definitely were a challenge. So Aunt Tanya. Aunt Tanya was my church buddy. If I couldn't get to Jace, Aunt Tanya could. Tanya Hart.
Aunt Tanya.
Aunt Tanya could. So if she was here today, her favorite story would always be when Jason get to cutting up. We always say he's sleepy. He need to go to sleep. So we be trying to rock the old Jason sleep, and the whole time his arms swinging. Aunt Tanya, I don't want to go to sleep. Please don't make me go to sleep. Because he would be so bad. He would be under the sink, under the seats of the church, pulling ladies' dresses, taking the fan, fanning under people's dresses. He would have a ball, roll it all the way to the front, go all the way to the front, get the ball, see his granddad, because my dad was a pastor. He get to the front. Hey, Papa, look, got my ball. It was just bad. And not just that, you get home, animals like ants or frogs, they in their own habitat. No, this nigga go find a lighter, light up ants, light a frog leg while he jumping. Why? Why are you doing that?
No.
It was just one thing after another with Jason. I just couldn't deal with him. And then he wanted to be on this kick where he in his mind, we called it, so the doctor told us he had ADHD. That's when all this ADHD stuff was coming out. So we never would say what it was. So we would always say, you remember this? He got on his shoes today. And you'd be like, what shoes I got on? I got on my shoes. I got on shoes. And he wouldn't know what we'd be talking about because he thought we was just talking about his regular shoes. Me and my mom, our code word for him being bad with the ADHD that day was his shoes, because we wasn't going to put him on no medicine. We was going to beat it out of him. So when he was extra bad on the
That's
day,
insane, bro.
when he was extra bad, me and my mama would say he got on them shoes today. And he'd be like, I got on my shoes today. He'd be all amped up thinking it means something, but he was just bad. So that was our way of trying to like really get you back on the straight and narrow, because statistics say my kid got ADHD, but we're not gonna medicate him. We're gonna let him be his creative self, because Jason has always been very creative. He's always been very vocal. But at the same time, we had to figure out a way to channel that and narrow it and bring it in. So we did the best we could. So if beating was a part of it, that's what he got, was a beating.
And I think it all that beating worked, because by the time I got to high school, did you ever get a call from one of my teachers in high school ever?
Once, I think, but I can't remember what it was about. I don't even know if it was a behavior thing.
It might have been Miss Phelps calling you to say I'm doing good or something, because that was my girl.
Yeah, Jace was an excellent. Like, he was smart. I'll never forget. What was your third grade teacher name? Do you remember?
Was this the same teacher that played that? Miss McCullough? Was it Miss McCullough?
Miss McCullough.
No, that was 5th grade.
No, Malik was Jones.
Miss Brewer.
Miss
Miss
Brewer.
Brewer.
She was the one that discovered what to do with Jason. Ever since she shared it with every teacher Jace had after that until he was gone, and then I guess it followed them. But she found out that if you keep Jace busy, he won't bother the other students. So Jace would be in class, and he was always the first one done with his test because he was smart. He just could knock it out. So he would be sitting there, and he couldn't sit still. And Miss Brewer noticed that he'd get up and try to go help other people. Like, why aren't you done yet? Pick C or C. Pick C. Oh, that one's D. And she was like, Jace, have a seat, because he wanted people to hurry up and work as fast as he did. So she discovered, oh, he just like his mind works really fast. So that's why he's done with his test. So what she discovered was, let me give him some work to do after he's done. So when Jason started getting done with his test and she figured out he would be the first one done in class, she'd say, now come over here and sort these papers. So she gave him papers to sort for so she can grade them at night. And he would do all these little fun tasks for her. He didn't even know what he was doing. He was helping her. She'd be like, oh, go in that corner and separate all the colors because I need a red corner, a yellow corner, green corner. Put all this stuff that's here, that's all together, and put them in colors for me. And he would separate things and do things for her. And what she did was saying, I know he got ADD, because she knew. She identified with it. But she said, we're not going to give him that name. But what I'm going to do is help him figure out how to work through it. And that helped Jace through school because all his teachers knew that. So I think all his teachers after that knew Jace always had to have extra stuff to do because he would be the first one done most times until he got to maybe 8th grade. I think when his math classes got real hard for him. Mr. L, yep. Real hard for him. He would come home, he'd be stumped about it, like, dang, why I can't get this? And Mr. L helped him through. So it came in different forms, but Jace always managed to get through it.
Yeah, I think eventually too, all my teachers learned if they just let me listen to music, I wouldn't bother nobody. Cause I just listen to music the whole class and just do my work.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's getting late in the pod, man. I know you probably sleepy. I got a few more questions for you. Well, really 2 more questions for you, and then we'll be pretty much done. Would you rather have a sit down with Anthony Hamilton or $5,000?
Coming from where I'm from, coming from where I'm from. Anthony all day.
Y'all, that's why I ain't saying, I was praying she would not answer and say Anthony Hamilton. Mama, I have a genuine problem. So you be seeing these posts where it'd be like, would you rather have $1,000 or sit down with Jay-Z? You be seeing those kind of posts on social media?
Sometimes.
Why would you pick a sit down with Anthony Hamilton?
Because he's my favorite and I love him.
But it's $5,000. What you gonna get from sitting down with Anthony Hamilton? You one of these people. I gotta ask you, what are you gonna get? What is that gonna do for you?
His smell, his talk, his voice. He might give me a pair of clothing that I can cherish for the rest of my life. $5,000, I'm gonna go spend that up in 2 days.
You think he gonna ask for your number at the end and be like, I'm gonna stay in
contact with you? I got
his
number though. I know him, but I just don't get to spend time with him. I don't know him like that, but he a charlatan, and I can't say what I really know him for, but I just love him. That's the love I have for him.
Don't be like this lady, y'all. Do not be brain dead. My mom ain't brain dead, but in this situation,
I love him.
Do not be brain dead.
But why would you ask me that? You knew the answer.
No, I know. I wanted to test you because you could ask me the same question. You could say, Jace, would you take $5,000 or sit down with Jason Kelsey? You know what I'm taking?
Jason Kelsey.
No, $5,000. What am I gonna do with a sit down?
I'm gonna spend $5,000.
It's one sit down, Mom. It's not like I'm gonna get the man number after. What?
But think about the things you might be able to take away from him. Some cologne, some clothing, something he gives you.
No, this ain't no hangout. This is a sit down at a restaurant I'm talking about. Y'all just having dinner.
No, you didn't say that.
A dinner with Anthony Hamilton or $5,000.
Well, I'm gonna take that dinner because I might be able to buy his pork chop.
So you get what I'm saying? Like, why would you take over $5,000?
It's about the love.
No, I need you.
It ain't about the money.
No, I need you to get out that mindset.
It ain't about the money.
I need you to be freed from them shackles because that's the dumbest thing ever. What are you gonna do after that?
Oh,
like I said, it's a sit down.
So if he give me a hat, I'm gonna sell that motherfucker and make me $5,000. That's
Who
what I'm
said
gonna do.
you're sitting down with him? That's it. You're having
It
dinner,
doesn't
and after
matter.
that, it's over.
It doesn't matter. I can manipulate him out of a hat while
Oh
we
my
sitting down.
God.
He gonna wear a hat. That's
See,
what he
now she
do.
trying to move the goalposts. We not doing this. It's a
No,
sit down dinner
you gotta
for
be smart. But you gotta
$5,000.
be smart. You gotta be able to bank on the moment and benefit
But I'm
and
telling
profit.
you, that's cool. This like one of them situations where people pay Tom Brady all that kind of crazy money just to go throw the football with him. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Okay, so it's the same thing. Why not saying that you paying them, you still doing it for free, but it's like you're never gonna see him again. And if you do want to, you're gonna have to pay to see
Woke
him again.
up, guess I
So
didn't
why
think
would I
about
not
it.
take this quick $5,000 that I need? I don't care no amount of money. $1,000 or sitting down with Jason
Try to be
Kelsey.
cool.
$1,000
I try.
every time.
Try to keep.
You ain't about to give me your business assets. You ain't about to tell me who you talking to. We just sitting and eating dinner, and I'm asking you questions. Lord Jesus. Now, let's John.
Next question.
John, we done. We're done. We're done, John. Stop.
That's it, Whit.
Now, last question.
No.
Right. What is your funniest moment raising me and my brother? Or the funnest time you had raising me and my brother?
Every Christmas, leading up to Christmas, it was the best time of all of our lives. I just loved how you guys always knew it was Mama's favorite time of the year. We would listen to Christmas music, but one particular year we was riding to Walmart. I think we was tired. I think that year me and Dad was trying to find you and Malik the new was it the new Xbox or Xbox? One of them. I think it was just regular
Xbox
Xbox.
360.
We was tired. We was at the Walmart and it was packed. And so Dad said, "I'm gonna stay in the car with the boys. You go in." So we was trying to ride around to get to the door to let me out. And oh God, what was the name of that song? I could hear Dad singing it, but I can't even do it now because you asked me. You remember Dad started singing that song?
Yeah.
Because again, as Jace has said, Jamie's very reserved and he doesn't say much and he's just always kind of on mute. Only thing you're gonna tell the boys when they were kids in the car, they get to giggling. You would always hear him ring out, "Shut up!"
Giggling like a bunch of
giggling
girls.
like girls.
The school girl.
So we would laugh so hard to that. But this particular day, he must have been feeling himself and he was happy and I don't know, it was just a gay time of the year. You know, that's what they say about Christmas, gay time of the year. But we get up to the door and he turns up the radio because they play that song and with the sharpest voice, sound like a woman getting beat. He started singing, "Oh, Rudolph, won't you got my sleigh?" And the way you believe was in that backseat laughing, we had to keep going. We didn't even stop. We just had to keep going because it was funny. But I think that was like the best time of my life with y'all. And Florida, before Malik went to the Navy, we took a trip to Florida.
That was a good trip.
That was probably the second best time of my life because I had both of my boys together. We had a raw dog good time. Mm-hmm. It was a great time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Before we get off here, Ma, I want to give you your flowers. I want to say thank you for everything you have done. You're a great role model. You're a great mother. I don't think I could have a better mother. But as I mentioned many times in this podcast, I don't regret anything about the way I was brought up, anything about what we had to go through, any of the whoopings, because I see how it affects kids nowadays and people in my generation, even some of I wouldn't say some of my friends, but some people I used to associate in high school. I can see how, like, even not having a father in their life, I see how that affect them. So I just want to say thank you for being a great mother, a real black mother, a real. You could go a lot of. I say this, and I keep it simple with this. I think a lot of these mothers nowadays, if they went back in the days, or if they took the same mother they were in the way that they raised their kids, and they went back to the '90s and stuff in the '80s, I think some of these mothers will literally be put to shame.
Yeah, they would be absolutely
shamed by the community, shamed by the other mothers in the community. I think you would be able to go back and live amongst those women and possibly and be even still considered one of the best mothers I know.
Thank you.
So I want to
Chase.
say thank you for that,
Thank
Mom.
you.
And before I get out of here, y'all know I always like to end with a devotional or a little Bible verse. And this one will be coming from First Peter, chapter 4, verse 8.
Mm.
Above all,
Mm.
love each other deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins.
Sins.
Once again, from the top, First Peter, chapter 4, verse 8. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins.
Holy.
Now what that means to me and how it can be applied is in today's generation we see a lot of hate, a lot of bickering, a lot of back and forth. If we learn to love one another, it sounds cliche. People have been saying this for thousands and thousands of years. Martin Luther King and them been preaching this for a very long time. If we just love each other and everybody could figure out just one thing they love about somebody, because you can figure out one thing you love about everybody in this world. I'm pretty sure you can find at least one thing. It would cover a multitude of sins and a multitude of the evil and the bad that's in the world right
That's
now.
right.
We will all love each other, and I think it'll love will always outweigh hate.
That's right.
If we all love each other. You got anything to say?
No, that was good. I'm happy you do that. I didn't know you did that in your podcast. Continue to do that.
Yeah.
That's called sealing it with a kiss, baby.
Yep, exactly. Putting a bow on it. So that's it for episode 6, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you made it this far in the video, like I always say, I love you and I'll do anything for you.
Hey, right now is a good time for you to go to the like button at the bottom and subscribe if you like this podcast today. My son is doing an amazing job. He's going to continue to do an amazing job. We're getting to the top of the world with this. So again, go to that bottom of the screen, hit that like button, and if you like it so much, subscribe it so that we can get this out to everybody else.
Yeah, and turn notifications on. And as I always say, man, most importantly to me, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Just let me know what you got going on. Let me know how your week going, how your day going. Because it goes a long way into building. Like I said, I want this to be organic. I say this every episode, and I want to be able to build a community. So leave a comment, man. Something silly, something stupid, something trolling. I don't care. Leave a comment.
Don't troll.
Share with your friend of a friend, and a friend of a friend. And that's it for episode 6, man. TheSYNPod. We out. Thank y'all.